Hey, Talofa Lava. My name's Leotawa Dr. John Peterson, and I'm with TE2 Edge Sports Cards. Just want to start off by saying thank you to everyone who's been watching the videos. I really appreciate each of you. And I want to give a shout out to the two folks that left comments on my most recent video. I really appreciate the thought and the time that you took to leave me a comment and like the video. It really means a lot to me. Thank you. Hope everybody's doing well out there. It's Friday, which is exciting. That's great news, and end of a busy work week for me, and hopefully not too busy for you. Weather's good. It's warming up out there. It's supposed to be in the 90s this weekend, and looking forward to that warm weather and enjoying some time outside and in the sun. We've got a block party that I'm going to tomorrow for a friend of mine. He's retiring, and he's been in the Minnesota legislature for 32 years, so looking forward to celebrating with my good friend Carlos Mariani, representative and executive director of the Minnesota Education Equity Partnership. So if you watched my video from yesterday, I had quite the mail day. I feel pretty blessed to have been able to purchase those cards that I showed you all. And yeah, just looking forward to ongoing purchases and sales and just continuing to keep the hobby alive. I think the hobby is really driven by folks that are small in size but large in heart and effort. I'm a one-person show, and my business is one person, just me, and so I like to think that folks like us who are collectors, investors, and dealers are kind of the lifeblood of the hobby and the industry that is sports cards. So a couple things that I wanted to share with you. I've been debating what to do with these higher end cards that are the 56 tops. And I've finally made a decision, and I know what I'm going to do. I am going to go after the first complete set graded by CSG of 1956 tops. Call me crazy, call me stupid, call me whatever you want, just don't call me Al. But I'm just feeling like it's time for CSG to be put on the map, and until someone or some people start to build out some sets in CSG slabs, CSG is going to continue to just be thought of as, second to PSA or second to SGC or whatever it might be. So I made that decision. It might not be the best immediate short-term financial decision, especially if I have to liquidate the cards at some point, which I don't plan to do. But all of my 56 tops cards that I currently have slabbed are in CSG slabs. And here I thought I'd go through some of the 56s that I do have. I have other 56s that are raw, and I do plan to get those slabbed in CSG slabs. But going from the highest grade to the lowest, this is a 56 Conley. It's a Gene Baker, 7.5. It's an Al Aber in a 7. Jim Brady in a 7. Joe Adcock in a 7. Got the Owens in a 7. It's a fun card. This is one of the better 56s that I have. It's a Spawn in a 7. Might be a little bit undergraded. Steve Gromick in a 6.5. Got the Vic Power in a 6.5. Picked up the Duke Snyder in a PWCC auction for a 6 as a 6. Actually crossed that over, not crossed it over, but reholdered it. Got the Wilhelm in a 6. Got the Herb Score in a 6. Clue, Big Clue, Ted Kluszewski, 6. Minoso in a 5.5. I just love that card. Look how he's jumping up in the air, getting ready to slide. Billy Pierce in a 5. Aparicio in a 5. This is one of my all-time favorite cards. It's just incredible. This is just one of the greatest cards ever. Look at the look on his face and the action photo. Oh my God, just wonderful. Dick Groat. Everybody knows I love me some Dick Groat. It's in a 5. Got a Jensen in a 4.5. Milt Bowling in a 4.5. Oops. Sorry. Got a couple other 56s here. Got a Buell that I plan to send in. Jerry Coleman. Ken Boyer. Might look to get a more centered version of that. Might sell that one raw. Ronnie Negre. Got a couple others here. Have a Neiman. And I think that's it for what I've got sitting out in the immediate short term here. I've also got a number of 56s that are raw in my box here. One of my boxes has some 56s in it too. So yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. I've got a 56 Campanella. I can't remember if I sent it to PSA or CSG. I think it might have been PSA. I'll have to think about it and go back and look. Anything that I want to sell, I have in a PSA slab. That doesn't mean I don't sell things that are in CSG slabs. I certainly do, but I'm a little less inclined to resell stuff in CSG slabs, partly because CSG is my long-term play. I'm going to go out 2, 3, 4, 5 years with CSG, especially when Fanatics takes over the contracts for MLB, NFL, and NBA, and becomes the primary distributor and has the primary relationship with all the printing companies like Topps. And I don't know if they're going to purchase Panini or not. I'm not sure. I guess that's kind of still up in the air. But Fanatics will be in control, and then Fanatics is connected to CSG. The Josh Luber, of course, is connected. They have a new, I think, president of Fanatics, CEO, and Andy Broom from CSG, congratulations, was promoted to, I think, vice president at CSG too. So I don't know. I'm a CSG guy, even though their slabs don't produce the same level of resale value at this time. I think their slabs are the best slabs in the business. The flip that they switched from the green to the black and gold and the gray and the silver, I think really looks nice. And I think overall their slabs and acrylic is by far the best. And I think their grading is the most consistent. I just don't hear people complaining a lot about the inconsistencies around how they assign different grades. I think they're more like SGC than PSA in that regard. I know a lot of people have been irritated with PSA because some of their grades seem wildly consistent, especially with grades from the past. And of course, CSG is relatively new, so I don't know. I'm going to go with CSG for these 56 Topps cards. It doesn't mean I'm going to do that for all my cards, but I am going to send this in and have it put in a CSG slab. I'm going to have this sent in and have it put in a CSG slab. I'm going to have this sent in and have it put in a CSG slab. Now, all three of these were in the old green labeled slabs. But since CSG changed their grading scale and system, I thought I'd give it a chance to crack open the CSG slabs, which I did. First time I've ever cracked open a slab. It's a little nerve-wracking, to be honest with you. Oh my gosh, I've never been probably so careful and trying not to do anything to the cards ever. So each of these were in green labels. This was a 6.5. The Clemente was a 6.5. And the Maze was a 7.5. The Maze was originally a BVG 7. The Clemente was originally a BVG 6. I picked the Clemente up for about 12. And I picked the Maze up for right around 21, 22. So the fact that these were in BVG slabs, 7 and 6, and came back in the old grading scale for PSA as a 7.5 and a 6.5 leads me to wonder, could this be a CSG 8? Now, I did send these in the CSG slabs to PSA with a crossover only if they were 7s or higher. A 7 on this, or no, 7.5 on this or higher, 6.5 on this or higher. And PSA, I ended up spending $150. PSA said, no, these are not 8. This is not a 7 and this is not an 8. And so, given that, I would assume that PSA would grade this as a 7 and would grade this as a 6, or possibly even less. Don't know, because they were BVG 6 and 7, and a lot of times BVG slabs tend to grade less, the cards grade less than what they are in the BVG slab. Sometimes a whole grade lower. So my hope is that this comes back as an 8 and this comes back as a 7. All right, so we'll have to wait and see about these two, because they were previously graded by CSG 6.5 and 7.5, but that was on the old grading scale in the old slabs. The Banks was a 6.5 in an old slab, so it's the same deal. Hoping that this comes back as a 7. All right. This card I bought in a PSA slab and arrived yesterday. This was a PSA 7. I'm hoping that this comes back as a 7 or higher in a CSG slab. So looking forward to finding out what this is. I mean, I think, man, this card is nice. It's really nice. It's really pretty well centered, top to bottom, left to right, maybe 55-45. And the corners are all pretty sharp. Here's one corner. Here's another corner. There's that corner. And here's that corner. And the edges seem to be all pretty clean. So, yeah, I guess we'll see. I'd love it if it came back as a CSG 8. If this came back as an 8, and this came back as an 8, in CSG new slabs, I would take 8s in CSG slabs over PSA 7s. Now, I know some people would disagree, but I'm not looking to move these cards. I'm looking to build the first ever 1956 top CSG set. Last one, this bad boy. All right, so I got this in the mail yesterday and purchased this recently. 7.5 in a BVG slab. I didn't have the balls to crack it. I just couldn't do it. So I'm going to cross this over, take a chance by crossing it over, hope that it comes back as a 7 or higher in a CSG slab. Now, I don't know too many people that have 7s in these 56, 57, 58 mantle in CSG slabs. So I'm sure some people are going to be like, man, you are stupid. Why would you do that? But I believe in CSG. I believe in their slabs, I believe in their process, and I believe in the company. And I also believe in the fact that I think in 2-3 years, their slabs are going to increase in terms of their appraised value. So I am betting on this long term. So I'm looking forward to keeping these cards for a little while. Not looking to flip this mantle. So anyway, take that for what it's worth. So call me crazy. Now, there's still a few 56s that I need. So if anybody out there knows of where I can get some, holler at me. I need the Koufax. I don't have that. I need the Williams. I don't have that. I have a copy of the Robinson, but it's probably not in a 6 or higher, and I'd really love to get the star players and the GOATs at 6 or higher. You know, these guys, I've got another Clemente. That was a 7.5 BVG slab. So we'll see what that comes back as. I'm hoping to get a 7.5 or an 8 on that. That'd be fantastic. If I got an 8 on that Clemente and got an 8 on this and an 8 on this, that'd be incredible. Even if they are in CSG slabs, I don't care. You buy the card, not the slab. That's what I've been told. And so when I went and looked for these cards, I looked for really good centering, relatively sharp corners, no creases, of course, no wrinkles, and overall just a nice aesthetically pleasing card. So when I look at that and I compare that with this, which is an 8 in the new slab, I think the Maze has a chance. I think it's got a legitimate chance. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. It'll be really interesting to do another video and let you know what I end up getting out of these cards. So that's all I got for now. Peace out. One love.